the screen. Good morning. Or as my good brother, where is that? Let me see if I can get him in the room. As my good brother, the man with the voice would say, see if I can get this, see if I can get his register on this. Good morning, Renata. See if I can get Marcellus, Baseman, Shapard. Let me see if I can get his brain on this. So, if my brother were here, he would say, good morning, good morning, good morning. All right, that's my best bass man, the man with the voice, as he's here on Clubhouse. That's my best impression right there. So if you didn't get that, you're gonna have to rewind that back on the FB Live. I'm gonna send it to him and see if he thinks I got in the ballpark. Renata, did I get in the ballpark? Renata just says, ha ha. Like, isn't that funny that we have to type out laughs instead of just laughing? But see, that's what I love about Clubhouse, though. Because you can just hear people laughing. I can hear you laughing, Renata. If you get an iPhone and get on Clubhouse. But I'm going to see if my good brother thinks that I got in the register, in the range. I'm going to send it to him. But in the meantime, between time, just want to say to you, and you too. Renata says, I love your music. Thank you, Renata. That means the world. Like diamonds and pearls. You have no idea. So, Renata, where did you first hear about my music? Or I guess I could say, did you come in contact with my music through YouTube, Facebook? Which method? And then also, in addition to that, do you have a favorite song out of my catalog that you either enjoy hearing me play, or you enjoy the song? Facebook, Renata says. All right. Yes. Renata says, I did. I'm on it. And so as we get this Friday moving forward, I'm just excited, y'all. I'm always excited. If you are not with me over here on CH, then where you been? Because I've been talking about this damn app every day. CH, Clubhouse. Clubhouse is an all audio chat app where you get the opportunity to hang out with good peeps. It's my cousin blood right there, Caesar Bell. Yes. You get the chance to hang out with good people here, have good conversations, even start up your own conversations, which is what this is. This is what now is the AP Morning Show, which started as me just wanting to be accountable to myself to get up in the morning again at the times that I'm used to. I look outside right now, the sun's not out, like, shining. But that natural light right there is something that I'm used to. All my life I've been what they call an early bird. And so what I found is that in the early mornings is how I get ahead of life, how I get ahead of the game, how I get ahead of myself, which is a good thing sometimes. Sometimes it's good to get ahead of yourself. And so I do that by taking over as many mornings as possible. Whether it's these mornings where I'm back up at 6 o'clock, or Whether it was the mornings in, say, 2005, 6, when I lived on Haddon Avenue and I had my apartment and I was getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to be to the gym by 5:30. Caesar remembers that because he used to come over sometimes. I'm like, man, what the fuck? Yeah, we used to have some fun over that joint. So whether it was those great times or these great times, or whether it was when I was younger, just waking up for school, mom waking me up early, got books everywhere around me. No matter what it was, these times are those that I appreciate for this same reason. Renata says, wow. Yes, Renata. Yes. That is what it was. And so I've always used mornings as a way to get ahead. I tell people the thing about the morning is that for most of us, it's a quiet time where you get the opportunity to just be to yourself for the most part. You get a chance to process the thoughts of yesterday, bring them to the now, we call today. But truthful lay is just one continuation of time. One time for your mind, son. One time for your mind, son. Renata says, oh yes. That's all I'm saying is I invite you to take advantage of your mornings in the same way. Sometimes just getting up 15 minutes or 30 minutes or 45 minutes or an hour earlier than you normally would, going to bed on time for once in your damn life in a long time. It can allow you to do things like take 20 minutes, like I did, to read a book, 20 minutes to study up on a course that you've been trying to work on, 20 minutes to get the hell out there. Let me get that right. Let me show you out there. To at least take a walk before you get started. I was just telling my daughter Aria this the other day. I'm like, just because you can roll out of bed. All right, I'm here. Let's go. I'm in school. Just because you can do that doesn't mean that you should. Because you're not giving yourself the opportunity for your molecules in your body to wake up. And then I had to take her back down memory lane and just be like, okay, think about it like this. Most times when you wake up, first thing you do is what? You go to the bathroom. So what does that mean? You've moved your body. And you've moved some things out of your body, more than likely. Then what do you do after that? You jump in the shower. For some people, they take a quick bath. Now, if you can take a quick bath in the morning, yeah, much props and respect to you. The bath is so damn good, you don't want to get out of it. So yeah, quick shower. But what do? You're waking your body up. And then what do you do from there? You're going back to the room. You're throwing clothes on. You're fixing your hair. You're making sure you look in the mirror, making sure you look good. What are you doing? You're waking up your body. Even just preparing yourself, preparing your mind. From there, you go down to the kitchen. You look for something. You move. You actually have to walk down to the kitchen. You open the refrigerator. Your brain is stimulated because of the fact that you're trying to figure out what's going to wake my body up. And so, if you're like me, you almost burn your house down because I almost forgot I had, oh my gosh, hold on a second. I fixed that. Had to turn off my oatmeal water. But I'm like, even moving like that, what are you doing? You're waking your body up. so you go from there, you eat your food, you get yourself prepared, get yourself in the mood, you get your backpack on, you throwing your coat on, you're preparing. You're actually going outside into the sunlight. Let me just pause there for a second. The sunlight. Vitamin E. Energy right away. You have to walk to the bus stop. More than likely, you're going to see some other people. That's your friends. And then you're going to converse, or as some people would say, conversate. We're going to have a vote on if conversate should now be accepted into the English language because so many people say it from all walks of life, or if we should continue to fight to say this word, converse. We're gonna have that's gonna be a vote today. That's gonna be, y'all. I need to put that. That's gonna be a room, yo. That's gonna be a room. Converse or conversate. Yo, that's gonna be the next Clubhouse room. Converse or conversate? Question mark. That's it. Then we just go fucking argue for an hour. Yo, we just gonna argue for an hour about whether conversate should be accepted in the English language at this point. Because it might just be that because now it's starting to be the majority that's saying that shit. You know, it's just by popular demand. What do you all think? If you're on Facebook and YouTube, drop a comment. In fact, I'm gonna make this a banner. If you all are not with me on Facebook Live, just look for me at Aaron Hill TV, Clubhouse family at Aaron Hill TV. I'm getting ready to make this a banner. All right, so I'm gonna put this in all caps too. This is gonna be funny. So let's see, conversate. Let me see, I'm gonna do it this way. Converse or conversate. Yo, okay, here we go. Okay, so I put this in all caps. I'm going to show it, and then I'm going to put it in the biggest banner that StreamYard has. And no, this is not a commercial, but hopefully one day it just may be a sponsorship with the way I use their product. All right, so I'm going to go to brand. I'm going to make this the biggest. There we go. I don't want y'all to miss this at all. I might keep this up for the rest of the show. Converse or conversate. And so that's not only the question today, but that's one of the things that's going to have us rolling in this show. So my deal is we get the opportunity here to do exactly that. Converse or conversate or whatever the hell you prefer. Now I'm going to tell y'all, this ain't no damn potato moment. Or tomato. Nah, but it's hilarious though. Converse or conversate. I always have to remember which way to go. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the AP Morning Show. And so I'm about to say what's up to my cousin. I heard earlier, my cousin blood. Cousin blood. I don't think anybody else uses that term. Cousin blood. But us. Say what's up to my cousin Caesar. Caesar. What's happening? Cousin blood.
Oh yeah. Good morning.
Right.
Just how I feel this morning.
That's how you feel this morning?
Oh yeah. Yo, what if you met a guy, yo, you know that radio voice slow jam DJ guy.
Right.
That's how he start off all his conversations, no matter what. No matter where they ask him to come give the eulogy at a funeral.
Right.
Come up there on the pulpit and he just start off with, oh yeah.
Right.
Try to sexify a funeral.
Right.
Thank y'all for coming out today as we come through to pay homage to our fallen comrade. Come on, band. Give me some slow music in the background.
Right.
Oh, yeah. You'll do that like every 3 minutes just to let everybody know that that's who he is.
You'll say you do it every 3 minutes. Just that reminder and shit. Like, just in case you forgot.
Right.
Oh,
you forgot.
Right.
Okay, where you at? This dude could be working at McDonald's.
Yo, I think I got his music, yo. Check this out, yo. This is his music, yo. Listen to this.
Slow it down a little bit, though.
Slow it down. All right, I'm going to give you the piano version of this. Hold up, I'm going to give you the piano version. Let me see if I can find this. Yo.
I'll show you how to do this thing.
This is perfect. That's perfect.
It's a groove.
Yeah, it's just like a piano groove right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd like to thank and welcome everybody to the AP Morning Show. For those of y'all who are all connected, Ern went step by step to show us how we should go to the bathroom in the morning to be getting some vitamin sun in the morning. And I was saying to myself as he was giving them steps, what the fuck is he talking about? But then I said, this is his show. Oh, yeah. I'd like to welcome Keisha or Kashia and Tanisha,
Whichever you prefer,
to the show. Lo and behold, I went to sleep last night and I came across Albie Shore's late night show. So I woke up in this mood right here. Oh, yeah.
Hey, yo. Oh, my God, yo. Yo said I woke up in this mood right here. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I don't even know what type of mood you call this right here.
Right.
I don't know if there's a title for it. But all I know is that it takes no effort, no energy at all, no motivation of any sort. You just put yourself in a non-productive mindset and just say, oh, yeah.
Hey, yo, let me tell you. Hey. Oh, my God, yo. Yo said it don't take no motivation.
None whatsoever.
Oh my god, yo. Hey yo, but here's the funny part though. Even like yo, here's the funny part of this equation. Yo, do you know that dude? Yo, do you know that dude actually exists and we know that dude?
Yeah, absolutely. That dude lives in all of our lives, bro.
Yo.
He's around at all times.
Yo, let me tell you this, bro. Let me tell you who that person is in my life, yo. Oh my God. And you probably heard me say it earlier. Yo, I'm trying to see if I can ping him in, yo, because oh my God. Yo, Marcellus Baseman Shapar, yo. He's the oh yeah guy, yo. Have you ever heard him just say good morning?
I don't think so.
Hey yo.
But yo, the guy for me is right. Harold Pompey.
Harold Pompey?
You know Harold Pompey.
I'm trying to think. Where do I know him from?
He is like the one of the producers down at Heaven 600 and you know on the radio.
Okay, yeah, Harold Pompey. In fact,
all the spots and everything like that.
Right. I can't remember how his voice sounds though. Like her, just like that.
Yo, when I heard him speak, I was just like, yo, why do they have this guy on Heaven 600 speaking?
They're like, yo, of all places.
Of all places. Yo, on Heaven 600 talking about, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in this morning. Right now, I want you to sit back and relax yourself as we listen to the smooth sounds. Oh, yeah. Of Yolanda Adams as she takes us to the throne. Dude, what in the fuck is going on right here?
Yo. Hey, yo, this is what I'm saying, though, yo. All I'm saying, bro, is, I mean, they did name it Heaven. Hey, yo, all I'm saying, yo, they did name it Heaven, yo. And then they put like a level to it, yo. It ain't just heaven like 0. It ain't flat on the ground. That motherfucker is heaven 600. You already you 600 feet in flight, bro. Like yo, I think the 600 stands for we will be coasting at 600,000 feet. Cause think about it, dog. Hey, look. All I'm saying is, bro, if you want more listeners, then give the people what will make them listen more. Give them a voice that sounds like. I'm just saying, bro. Hey, yo, let me tell you. Yo, this is what I'm saying. So look. Yo, I swear, yo, I hope I'm gonna send this video to him. Oh my God. Yo, Marcellus should have auditioned for Heaven 600, bro. That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all I'm saying. And everybody, yo, you know the dude, you know the All-State dude?
Oh, the dude that played the president all the time.
Yo, he should be the next Heaven 600 like radio announcer, dog. That's all I'm saying.
Yo will take anything to the next level.
Right.
Like, yo, imagine you ever heard the smooth, soft, seductive version of Take Me to the King?
Nah.
Nigga, you got to hear that. She'd be like, take me to the king. That's all they say. They don't say nothing else.
Yo. Hold on, yo. Hold on, y'all.
Too fast. Gotta slow it down. Oh, yeah. Take me to the king. Take me to the king. Just hear little sounds in the background. Yes, take me to the king. I wanna go.
Yo, that right there, son.
I tell you.
All I'm saying, bro, is that I think Harold Pompey. Now you're gonna make me go back. Now you're gonna have me literally just search for Heaven 600 anything, YouTube videos, anything, just to hear Harold Pompey, yo. Now, like
Harold Pompey is funny, yo.
Oh my god, yo. Oh my god.
What's going on with you today, though, bro?
Hey, man. I'm here, bro. Like, literally here. Like, I'm looking at the camera right now. Like, yo, I'm here. Yo, you know me, bro. What you getting into today, man?
Shit.
Yo, I don't know whether to take that literally or figuratively. Like, somebody say that, you like, yo, what you getting into? They like, shit. Like, yo, wait a minute. Does that mean you're gonna actually like jump, like dive in some shit? Like, are you?
No, I really like yesterday was a weird day for me, right?
Yeah.
I had no phone. No phone at all. I get a phone until like late in the evening, you know. I had to get a phone. My phone had got broken, messed up, with nothing going on.
Right.
Couldn't use it. But it was so relieving. It was so peaceful to not have a phone now.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That was so peaceful.
Yeah. You know, that makes sense to me, bro. I mean, like, the unplug, yo. Just the unplug.
Oh my God.
Right. Right.
Did you just use that word?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yo, I want to holler at Tanisha, yo. What's up, Tanisha?
Yo, Tanisha. Okay, so let me let you in on something hilarious, bro. So this moment right here, bruh. Okay, Tanisha's about to come up here, but before she does, I'll tell you what's so funny about this. So you remember I was telling you the other day that Tanisha did her thing, and I played a track behind her, and it was a whole moment.
Oh yeah.
So, so what you just flowed over was exactly that track, yo. And so here's the funny thing. I told her the other day that I wanted to record us doing that, you know, as a joint. I want to record it with you too and have both of those versions. The yeah version and Tanisha's fire version. Her spoken word version. Yo. Cause that, hey Tanisha. Tanisha said she says too early. Hey Tanisha, this is all I'm saying. Right? I'm gonna plead my case right here. This is all I'm saying, and why these shenanigans are so justified this morning. Okay. The funniest thing in the world to me that just happened was that two absolutely genius like expressions happen that are like polar opposite types of genius. The genius of what just happened with Caesar and what he just opened up and flowed to, and how comedic that was. And after your joint, which was more about the serious side of life, and they're both fire. Tanisha, that's my whole case. That's all I'm saying. Were you not laughing your ass off listening to that?
I was. But my response was a little different. Yeah? You got the slow version. Yeah. Okay? Now what we doing? Yeah. Y'all play too much.
Hey, Tanisha, you know I always say serendipity plus intention equals life. When I saw you pop in the room, as soon as that moment was unfolding, I was like, oh my God. At least the one beautiful part about this moment is that I'm not about to be the only one laughing my ass off. Like, because this shit could not be more perfect.
Yo? You only raised my hand because I was laughing. Take me to the king.
Oh my God, yo.
Hey, Tanisha, you like that? Take me to the king.
I said, I can't do it this morning. No,
Yo, I was looking at Tanisha's page one day, right?
Right.
And I just saw.
Let's say, oh yeah.
I don't know what was going on with me that day.
Right.
So I'm looking at her page, and she got a lot of quality shit on there. But I saw her videos when she be jump roping and working out. Yo, so I said, shit, I'm about to go outside and jump rope.
Did you do it?
Hey, yo, I went outside.
Yo.
I said, something missing. Myself like, something missing. And myself was like, well, what's missing? I said, it's too damn light outside. She was jump roping in the dark.
Don't talk to me.
Yo.
Oh, man.
Yo, do you understand the picture in my head right now of you outside, yo? Like, with the motivation though, yo, but the way that unfolded, oh my God. Yo said I went outside myself.
Let me tell you, Tanisha definitely got the vibes and that energy and that spirit that we got, yo. She got it, yo.
Right.
Like, for real.
Thank you.
I'm definitely.
You got to get out there before the sun cracks.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to go. When I get down to Miami, son. When I get down to Miami, I am going to look her up and be like, let's get this jump rope session going on right now.
We're gonna do like a whole skit. Let's try to get you to jump rope.
I'm with that. Have you checked out any of my skits on my page?
Man, I'm done. Stick a fork in me, I'm done.
Yo, it's time, yo. Aaron, you get yo.
Oh, homie Theron Fowler was just with us. I just missed him. Theron just popped in the room.
Oh, Theron. Well, look, yo. I'm about to go outside and see if I can scoop up some snow to make some ice cream. Because I ain't got no money to Before I go, I just want to say, oh, yeah.
Yo, oh my God, yo. Bruh, you are a fool for that, bro. Yo, but I know that dude, though, yo. I know that fucking dude. I'm telling you. I'm going to get his ass to come in here.
That dude is always light-skinned.
Hey, bro, I'm telling yo, this what you about to trip off. Yo, I swear. Okay, I'm about to start praying serendipity plus intention equals life. Yo, I'm about to say that shit. Cause look, yo, Marcellus, yo, Our brother is that dude, yo. And he is he's a tall, dark, and handsome dude, bruh. What I'm trying to tell you is that we know that. Yo, do you know Coco calls him? She like, I ain't calling him the man with the voice no more. He is just, he's literally God. He's like, that's God's voice. I was like, yo, you stupid, yo. You stupid.
Yeah, I promise you, at some point out of your day, after when you go through with the rest of your day,
Right.
And I'm saying this to you, Hearn, and Tanisha, I promise you, some point today, out of nowhere, you just gonna go, oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah. And
like
when
somebody might try Tanisha at her job like they did that day.
Right.
Seems like I can feel it. Right before she go off, she's just gonna celebrate herself and just say, oh yeah. It's about to go down.
Yo, you a fool, bro. All right, Cuzzo, I'll catch up with you. Cousin Blood.
My bad, y'all.
Peace, man.
Oh, so she hear what we said.
Oh, I don't know. I think she did. Yo.
I ain't here. My mom was talking to tell me about the accident on the road. So.
Oh, it's all good.
Oh,
right. That's what he said. He said he said from now on. What he said? Yeah, go ahead.
At some point in time of today, as you go throughout your day, out of nowhere, you just gonna be like, oh yeah. I promise you, at some point.
Listen, watch my Instagram today. My story, watch it today. I got something up. Bye.
Oh man, yo.
I hope nobody tried to do shit today, bro.
Y'all got me with the shit, so I'm just watching.
Yo, that I'm telling you.
It is.
It is, son.
We just started a movement.
That's it, son.
Before I go and leave you, good people, I just want to leave you with this. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
When you feel yourself getting hungry, you ride past all of the fast food joints. I just want you to say to yourself,
yeah. Yo, that's therapy right there, son. That is therapy. All right, Cousin Blood.
Cousin Blood, I'm out of here, chat. I'll holler at you with a flip-flop later.
Peace, son. Oh my God, yo. I'll tell you. That's one right there for you, for sure. Cause that shit is definitely, that's how stuff be too. Come back and you be like, yo, where did I hear that? Oh my God. I remember when I heard that shit. Oh my God. Quick refresh to the room. Just want to say what's up to the family, to the family. Over here on FFB. Denise Park says, good morning. Okay, Denise, I gotta ask you, especially because you were here at the top of this conversation. So this is gonna be the ongoing thing. Got two sides of the prong. Here we go. Is it converse? I gotta make this bigger. Gotta make this huge. There we go. Converse or conversate? Which one? Converse or conversate? So I'm gonna tell you, I'm already weighing in, and yeah, it'll be converse for me for sure. But the funny thing is, the more I hear conversate, and the funnier I find it, the more I accept it. So you know, we'll see what the jury says. But if you're on FB and YT, go ahead and drop it in the comments. Let me know. So Rufus already jumped in. Rufus Roundtree. Good morning, family. Love the dope pick. In fact, I'm gonna have to do like how they do in the game show. I gotta get this right. Hold on. You gotta go this way. Okay, this thing is backwards, y'all. Rufus says both. I love it. So is it situational, Rufus? Is it where, like, you know, some situations you like converse, others conversate? And if so, what's the context, bro? Drop a comment, man. Yes. So I'm gonna have to go to my fam. I'm gonna have to go to my Clubhouse fam. Tanisha, converse or conversate? Where do you fall in this equation?
Okay, so it's converse for me.
Right.
However, the English language is already
fucked up. Oh, I'll go ahead and finish the sentence for you. Fucked up.
You might as well. Like, that's just how I feel. I was on a show last night,
right.
And the comedian was like, you know, he was talking about this. He was talking about the English language and like how some things just don't make sense. And he made a joke about I keep the word in my mind right now. When you can write book with both hands.
The ambidextrous flow. Ambidextrous,
so
yeah.
He was like, why do we have that word? Left-handed, right-handed, both-handed.
Both-handed, right. Right. He's like, why would you have an extra word to make it extra complicated when you can just say both hands? God damn it.
Man, we talk about this all the time. How you read the definition and it leaves you to another word.
Right.
Right? That's what that means. Okay, cool.
You're like, okay, we clear now. Yeah, converse. Okay, so this is the fun thing for me. I swear, this is why I always love improvisation and flow, because you already know that this is going to be a topic of conversation and conversation. How do you say that if it's conversation? But you know this is going to be an ongoing topic for me, right, for the rest of the show. You already know. You know what I mean? So have you ever had someone to give you like conversate in a sentence, and where like you was rocking with them and then all of a sudden it just got you for a second, like you had to move past it, but for a second you was like, did this person, or you know, does it not like like you know, be a little switch for you, like, whoa, what just happened here?
So actually, when I was like once upon a time when I was a little bit younger. Right. I was, you know, trying to sound very intellectual.
Got you.
I was speaking up to the family.
Right.
And I used conversate. I have a relative that's a Rastafari. You know,
right.
Like,
Rastafari.
You know, I use that day. No.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious.
Conversation.
OMG. We're not using. Hey, yo, when you hear it like that, like you just be like, okay, I like, all right, like I accept, like I, you know.
Listen, from that day forward, anytime I heard somebody use it, nah,
right.
Ma'am, okay, no, that's not it. Converse.
OMG.
And I was really young. I think I was probably like maybe 8, 9, trying to use words, you know?
Yes.
No.
You know, I love that. This is going to be hilarious. Today is going to be a funny day for everybody here. Just quick refresh. I want to say good morning to Ken. Good morning to Keisha. Good morning to the man with the voice, my good brother Marcellus. thank you all for hanging out as always, right? To say, speak of the devil. And so we're here, AP Morning Show, as always. A hilarious thing in the improvisation, the flow of this morning, hanging out with my cousin, Caesar Bell, as you all heard earlier. He'll probably be back here in a few. And one of the things that, right. Oh, yeah. You know the Snickers dude, like, I used to imitate that dude when I was young. And it was for that reason. It was just like, you know, you got this voice, man, where you can literally say 2 words. It's, oh, yeah. I'm like, yo, that's instantaneous orgasm. Like, what the fuck? Like, what? Like, so, you know, I'm thinking about, like, have you ever heard the dude? Did you ever see that video where it was a guy that was out on the street? He was a homeless dude, and I think it was called like the man with the golden voice or something like that. Marcella, I'm wondering if you heard of that too. You hear that? This dude went from being homeless to being like, man, legacy, just like, and it was his gift, you know, it was his gift. It was a pretty amazing thing. But yeah, so anyway, in that whole conversating flow, I think I might just say conversating this whole conversation, like, just to like see if I could push myself to the point of like absolutely love it. No, I'm kidding. But as we were having that conversation, it came up, converse or conversate. That's going to be a fun little thing today. And everybody, I want to, again, thank you for being here. One of the things I want to mention is that in a few minutes, we have our BPS spotlight for the day. That is business, product, and or service. This is another one of my giving efforts to highlight beautiful people doing beautiful things in beautiful and amazing, vibrant ways. And so in a few minutes, we're going to be hanging out with Keisha Martin and just talking with her about who she is, what she does, and the light that she brings to the world. And so I want to say good morning to you, again and again. Tanisha, yeah, so I'm going to be having some fun in this conversation, and I don't want you to judge me for how much I laugh my ass off as we continue on with this conversation. I love it. Tanisha, it's always a pleasure to catch up with you. I look forward to talking to you in a few. Yes. So we're gonna bring up Keisha to the stage, and we're gonna chop it up for a second, get into these business products and these services. And then we're gonna open back up the room for everybody to jump up to the stage and jump back into this conversating thing. And so I want to say good morning to Keisha. Keisha, good morning to you.
Good morning, Aaron. How are you today?
Hey, I think I'm doing well. I think, you know what? I think I want to let you be the judge of that. Based on the shenanigans that you have heard thus far. I'm going to start asking people that, like, how am I? Like, good morning. So how am I doing today? Like, how am I? Based off the shenanigans, how do you think I'm doing, Keisha?
You sound amazing. Like nothing can trouble you today. You sound absolutely amazing.
I'm just saying, Keisha, I'm here.
I love the energy.
Thank you. I am here. I am awake. A few minutes ago, I was boiling some water over on the stove for oatmeal and almost burnt my water, right? So, so when I went and, stopped that unfolding, came back to my bake. Well, I went from boiling to baking. And yeah, when I stopped that, and then I came to my wake and bake. I'm doing well now. I'm amazing, Keisha. And so
you sound it.
Thank you. So yeah, I'm hanging out, great time, great day. I'm always excited for another day to hang out with the peoples. If you had told me 6 months ago, Keisha, that I'd be spending the first 3 hours of every morning in the most excited way, hanging out, just talking to people. Like, what life are you talking about? Oh, yeah, that is my life. That's how shit unfolds. So we're here today.
I love it.
And I just enjoy the opportunity to hang out, meet new people, share some good energy, and just vibe, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So how are you feeling this morning?
I feel pretty good.
Yes.
I'm feeling really good. I'm listening to your story, and it reminded me of a time I had two people. I had a girlfriend and my brother.
Yeah.
Were debating on how to say enunciate. So one was.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Before you go any further, they were debating on how to enunciate. Like,
Yes.
How to pronounce C.
One said enunciate, and
Right.
the other one said enunciate.
And the fight
it went
broke
on
out.
For like an hour.
If I was standing outside of that house, like even though they were talking, I bet I would have seen that little smoke stack that you see when you're watching Charlie Brown when they're fighting. Like that's hilarious. That's hilarious. No, it's enunciate. It's enunciate.
Enunciate, and they wouldn't look up the spelling, you know.
because that's the one thing you're gonna refuse to do because that was set. Like that would shut it down, but you don't want it to be shut down. You want to fight.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh,
it was insane, and it was just so funny, you know, because they were like going through. It was just too much.
Keisha, let me tell you something. When I tell you that I live for those moments, like I have happily surrendered to the fact that even though I might be a full-time musician, producer, and engineer, and creative brand strategist, and all this kind of stuff, I'm an even more full-time, just absolute fool. Like that's just it. Like I'm a fool, and I'm at this point. Let me tell you how unapologetic about it I am. I was talking to my mom the other day, right? And usually when I'm being silly, especially on social media, you know, people start, you know, laughing like, you are so nutty, you're so nutty. I'm like, you know, I get it from my mama. So the other day, my mother commented on a post and was like, you are a fool. And I told her in the comments, right? I said, from now on, I'm not even going to say I get it from my mama. I'm going to start saying I get it from my daughter's grandmother on her father's side.
Oh.
My mother was like, I can't take it. She's like, I cannot take it. I'm like, I'm just saying, my mom gave me a whole lot of good stuff, you know, a whole lot of education, a whole lot of amazing things. The thing I'm so grateful for at this point is that my mother gave me the biggest gift of being an absolute fool and being unapologetic about it. Because my mom is silly. You got to see my mom. She is hilarious.
I'll have to check her out. Is she on do you have pictures of her on your Instagram?
Yeah, and actually, the main place where I have her is on my YouTube channel. She is. If you go there, you'll see like videos of me and my mom together, hanging out. You know, just kind of talking. And one of the biggest things we've done, and I'm so honored to say this every time I say it. This past year with COVID, my mom and I found ourselves in the same place as far as finding ourselves in new ways with our gifts and our crafts. That took me outside to taking my piano out to the streets and doing over 110 concerts around the city, just sharing and pouring music, into the lives of the people. And my mom called me in March of last year and was like, you know, so we're shut down, son. She said, I'm going to go to the store, to Ollie's outlet, and I'm going to grab an adult coloring book. And I'm just going to spend my time, you know, just coloring and having fun inside. And I was like, oh, man, that's great, you know. And so she started that.
That inner child.
Yeah. And little did she know that a couple months later, that would turn into a full-on part-time, like, art hustle where my mom has at this point now created.
Really?
Yeah, where my mom has created over 500 works and she shared them and sold them all around the city and brought so much light and love. She's on podcasts now and she's being interviewed, but it is like bananas.
Coloring.
From coloring. She now calls it quarantine black art, and she has her shirts now. And my mom is 70, and she's out here in these streets.
I love it. That's so amazing.
So you'll see like videos with me and my mom even doing that together. Now my mom doesn't
What's
wait
your
on me.
podcast?
Yeah.
What's your YouTube handle?
So my YouTube is Aaron Hill TV. And that's and pretty much everywhere you go is Aaron Hill TV. And on YouTube you'll see us together. You'll see us out walking. You'll see us also doing what I call street serenades, which is that me taking. So I'll be outside playing the piano while she's doing her live art. I'm just honored because life is amazing, when things like that happen and unfold. It's just like, wow, who'd have thunk it? My mom and I would be creating a legacy together in this way. So yeah, it's been amazing, Keisha. It's been amazing. Keisha.
Yes.
So we met the other day it was our myself and Sherry Goodall, our hot seat, creative space here on Wednesdays. We chopped it up. We had a good time. And I was so excited to meet you. So I'm excited. I wanted you to I'm like, man, I'm here. We're about to have some fun. I've, got a chance to meet you and learn more about what you did. But tell me more about, yourself and, what you do and this light that you bring to the world.
Okay. So when we met, you were helping me out just to get the message out a little bit better, and I took action immediately.
I always love that.
Yeah, I took immediate action, and it's helping quite a bit.
Wow.
So I'll share that in a minute, but I'm a vibrational healer.
Yes.
So what I do is I tap into the frequency. I help shift that for a person.
Right.
So they can find that inner child as yourself did.
Right.
So folks that are going through any like emotional or maybe career blocks, I see that energy and that pattern, which is way different than a lot of the healings that are out there right now. So if you're familiar with Reiki, simply
right.
Reiki, and then I also coach and teach folks how to tap into their gifts.
Right.
How to enhance their intuition so that way they can live a higher performance life.
Right.
More happy.
Yes.
I want people to be happy and have hope again.
Yes. That's such a simple but beautiful thing. Happiness. Like, first of all, happiness is like the most important thing for me in life. Right now and just in general. You know what I mean? So yeah, to have a passion and to have a drive for something like that, for something that's so vital, something that's so, just needed in our lives and something that we're seeking for, like whether you are consciously aware of it or not, it's amazing. It's amazing. So it's really nice to meet someone who that's what they have their hands in, that's where they spend their time day in and day out,
Oh, definitely. So many more people need it than they realize,
Yeah.
Because there's always that sense of fear or that wanting to step out of your comfort zone a little bit more, but they're not knowing how to do it. And one thing with the pandemic, even though beautiful that came out of that, something bad, and that is so many people got to get quiet and still.
Yeah.
And actually,
yeah.
Like hearing the story with your mother, that's really powerful. Yeah.
So that quietness, and that stillness is interesting because, I think about like, as life flows, we find ourselves called and pulled into these times to look at ourselves and see ourselves in new ways, and I'm always that kind of person, like just naturally. I'm naturally a self-reflective person. I'm naturally a person that's always going inward. You know, that's big kudos to my mother there. You know, I say it just about every day now. I think about my childhood and the education and the exposure, and how my mother helped me to have different perspectives and look at life from different angles, how to be stand outside of myself and see myself. And she taught me about interoception, you know, without even knowing that that's what it was called, you know, it's just listening to your body, you know, just paying attention to yourself. So naturally, I'm that kind of person. So I value those kind of times, and I realize how much they're needed for us in our journeys. 2020 was that year, whether you wanted it to be or not, you know, we all had to get quiet and all, you know, had to face some things and look at ourselves and just really deal with some things. And so, as much as we've gone through, I'm like, that was that's what's making us better. You know, that's what's making us be able to find ourselves in new ways and find out quiet, find out peace. You know, so it's just really interesting the times that we find ourselves in. You know, with relation to that.
It is, and I think everyone needed it.
Yeah.
You know, it felt like horrific when it was first starting, and as you've gotten used to being home, working from home, and making that lifestyle adjustment, feel a lot of folks ended up finding that inner thing that they left years ago, you
Right.
know, and they started to face a lot of the pain that they've been avoiding.
Yeah.
And actually start to release it. So, and more people are meditating, eating holistic, realizing that they're in charge of their life, and starting to look at things a lot differently. And platforms like this, such as Clubhouse, has been very beneficial because now you get to relate to other people. You're hearing their voices, you're hearing their personality come out, and now you're also able to tap into certain things that maybe you weren't able to have a communication with maybe your closest friends.
Right.
You know, that, you know, so people that are having experiences, maybe they're having dreams or they're having some level of awakening. They feel a little intimidated to communicate with. Something like Clubhouse or social media allows that space of finding tribes.
Yeah.
You know, these little mini communities where they can feel safe to be able to open up to and start to dive in and really understand what going in is.
Right. Wow, you're really saying a lot. I can appreciate everything you're saying because again, it's like this. It's the same frequency that I'm on. You know, how do you find yourself? How do you daily like help people to realize these things, like the value of meditation, the value of going within, you know, the value of taking this time to be reflective or to look at yourself in a certain way to like build, you know, to build on these things. How do you do that? Do you talk to people regularly? Um, do you share, you know, videos, or do you do sessions daily where you talk to people? You know, how do you find yourself helping people? How do you help them in this?
I do a variety of things. I do all of the above. So I definitely share on social media. Like I'll post something that's motivating or inspirational to me.
Right.
I usually feel the vibe of what people may be going through or what they might want to hear.
Right.
And post something relational to that. And then a lot of times I'm pretty silly myself. So I post something like funny or something like to raise, you know, like get someone out of their head. You know,
Right.
like yesterday I posted something of me dancing, you know.
Right.
So just try to keep it light because life is short, you know, and sometimes it's just a matter of shifting your frequency out of the negative, you know, like the worries and thoughts and things. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense to me. Do you offer a service, you know, for people? Do you offer like a coaching session or service, or, you know, do you? Is that how do you actually service people with regards to these topics?
Okay, I do. I offer an ongoing energy healing and coaching program.
Okay.
That's Yes, where I help folks for a period of time. So we have like a call or messaging about what exactly they're dealing with. And then I also see for a great fit, like, can I tune into this person? Are they ready for that level of healing? Are they ready to move forward?
Yeah.
And then I would work with somebody on an ongoing basis. Also, I have a membership program which has meditations and a lot of videos in regards to this whole spiritual journey. So it allows the person to fit this into their life, but then understand, like, clear the noise, because in Google and everyone's opinions, there's a lot of misconception. And a person, when it comes to their spiritual hygiene, they want to make sure they're doing the right thing.
Right.
They don't want to leave their faith, whether it's Christianity, Muslim, or whatever. They don't want to leave their faith or add to it in the wrong direction.
Right.
So
I've
created a platform that allows the folks to join that, and it's not switching them from their religion,
right,
but it gives them some skill sets that weren't taught in current religious structures.
Yeah.
So that way they can apply it.
I definitely understand that. I love that. So, and I also want to say, let me refresh the room. We want to say good morning to Tanya and good morning to Barack. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you so much. Hanging out here with Keisha. And we're talking about things related to energy work and all the things related, and how we help each other, how we help ourselves and services. So Keisha, I want to tell you something that I think is one of those things where this is something that I've been seeing or feeling that is before many people are talking about it, like before it's a really significant topic of conversation for us as businesses, products, service providers, creatives and creators. I don't know if you've been around recently or heard me speak about me looking at probably my biggest contribution to humanity, I really believe, and definitely my next most important thing in my life is an app, having my own app, right? So the reason why this has come up is because I'm a person that all of my content and all of my products and services, my whole brand is about creating one experience, right? It's just different branches of things, different aspects of this energy spectrum to like all create, all go to one thing, all to feed one thing. And so I've been doing that for years, and I've been doing that in all places that you need to do it, the Facebooks, Instagrams, the YouTube, LinkedIn, TikToks, the Snapchats of the world, like as many places as possible. Because within the web, you got to fill up your space in the web, right? And I've done that and have a website and have had websites. What I realized recently was that I've been living my life in a way that's been perfect for exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, but it fits into a different portal. It fits into a different kind of thing. And not different, but it needs to be more focused in order for you to really receive like all the energy of it, of everything that and it's not in a website, because a website is just a place where you go for information. It's just an informational hub. My work, my energy work is very much interactive. It's very much coming out at you, offering you something, inviting you in. So I realized that I needed an app. That was actually the answer to everything, because it allowed things not to be scattered everywhere. They still would be in those places, but it allowed for a focused place so that my true energy work could have its true impact. I feel this not only for you, but for everybody else who has a business, product, or service. And I see how that's going to be the future of the faces of our business. It won't be the website. The website will still be in the mix, but the website is just like how it is for many of us is obsolete now, because people come to the socially interactive environments. So I've been just using my website just to point people back out to the social places where I am, because that's where they get the juiciness of it. So websites now are going to continue to play that role, and even less of a role the more active other environments get. And so I realized it's not a website, it's an app. You should really think about this. And I'll keep you on my journey as far as like I'm learning right now. I'm like literally as we speak, studying like and learning, okay, what it takes, because I don't have time to build an app and I don't have a lot of money. But like everything else, there's an easy entry point and then build from there. I think that all of your energy work and everything you're doing through an app environment where all of it you could feel and interact, I believe it would literally change everything for you. Like how I believe it's about to change everything for me.
That's interesting.
And I know that's a lot. So that's
It
one
is
of my
interesting.
how my brain goes just in these places. So pardon the weightiness.
It's cool. So it's interesting because one of the first things I created when I started this, was an app. So I have one, and I don't know if you've heard of. So there's certain platforms online where you can actually, depending what you want your app to do. Like if you need it like custom developed, then you might have to hire a developer.
Right.
But there's a website called Appify. I don't know if you've heard of it.
I haven't.
Where you can hop on there and use that to create.
I'm gonna have to definitely look that up.
Yeah, and you'll be able to do that like yourself. So I had it, and I had put it in the Google store, and then for some reason it's there, but I haven't done anything with it.
Right. And let me tell you,
I have to wake that up. Yeah.
And I'm telling you this only because it's literally everybody that comes in contact with any of the energy work of my content, which every piece of it is, it's always a monumental or deep experience. The thing is, I realized two things. It was a couple of things I realized that brought me to this conclusion. Number one, when people ask me about, so my app is going to be broken down to, it's called the 5M Experience by Aaron Hill, the 5M Experience. The 5 M's are music, movement, meditation, mindfulness, and mantra. And when you come into this portal, it's going to automatically be where, you automatically hear my music. You hear whatever the affirmation is. It's not where you have to go and find it and click on a post and like it. It's coming at you. And so with doing that, I realized instead of having to send everybody everywhere, like when people ask me for one thing, I got to send them to one site, this place, it's like the portal. You just come to one place for everything, but it's interactive. And then on top of that, anybody that creates energy work, the more energy that's focused in one place, the deeper the impact. And because of the fact that you got the app where it's basically a subscription service, then it allows for all that to meet. And then you still are able to create content for online and that kind of thing. But imagine people coming straight into, what's the name of your experience, Keisha? What's your motto? What do you?
The Ancient Light Healing.
Ancient Light Healing?
Yeah.
Okay. So imagine if people, instead of having to go into another environment first to then search you and find you, they're right there on their home screen, and they touch your portal and they're straight in, as opposed to having to go. And then when that opens up, this ancient light portal, at that point, all the things you're doing, whether it's the affirmation, whether it's the short video, whether it's the tip, it's coming at you there. And it's not in the midst of a feed where there's other things you can see, like unless you just get out on a website, But what'll happen is then all the energy work you're doing, it's going to have even deeper and more profound impact. And from there, like I'm even planning on having one of the tabs.
Seeing it.
But you're seeing it?
I'm seeing it, yeah.
It's a portal. And especially for those of us that work with energy, we already know this. This is what we do. It's just that trying to do this in a bigger web where you got to go different places to pull that whole energy experience together is what's taken away from things. Even when people just ask me, well, where did I find you on social media? Like now you won't have to go to social media. You'll just touch my app and then there'll just be a page with each icon on it. So if you want to go to Facebook, Instagram, but it's still, again, focus, my calendar, focus place, my music coming at you, the affirmation is hitting you every hour. Have you ever seen, and I know there's a bunch of apps out here like this, but have you ever seen the 10% Happier app?
No, I haven't.
Okay. If you can, check that out right away. In fact, while I'm talking to you, let me DM you.
I'll look it up right now.
Okay. Check out and this is going to be one for anybody that's in here. This is a really amazing app. I've been using this now for 2 years, and actually this gave me a lot of motivation for what I'm about to build. The 10% Happier app is a mindfulness and meditation app, and it's basically filled with short meditation courses that are by different authors. Dan Harris is like the overall author and host of this whole thing. Dan Harris was a former NBC news anchor, I think it was. It was either ABC or NBC. I think it was NBC. He had a panic attack on air. It led him on a path of diving into meditation and mindfulness and traveling the world, talking to different people. He came up with a concept called 10% Happier. And basically, by meeting all those people, it formed together to this app, this environment where you can take different courses based on different things that are real practical. And they're short videos that immediately flip over to audio straight into a meditation. They have a sleep category. They have all these things. And when I tell you, like, I had been wanting to get into it before I downloaded it. And I never purchased an app for this reason before, not for to go into a portal in that way. But when I did, and when I paid the $9 a month, like I have not thought about it since, because when I go, it's not like going to YouTube and finding a string of videos, but it's in the midst of another place. It's not like going to just sign up for a course. It's something that I'm going to pay residual income, get residual income from, and people pay too, for an ongoing experience that I create anyway. I just do it on Instagram and I do it on Facebook and I do it on YouTube, and I struggle to just make all the content for all the platforms because I'm trying to, when it's really, it's a bottleneck. You got to create the bottleneck, put all this energy into this bottleneck, and then let that pour out into the vast world. But it'll be way more coaching services that you get booked. It'll be way more conferences and workshops that are filled. It'll be way more of your short affirmations that are not only seen, but they're a part of a revolving, like what do you call it, like the carousel thing, or they pop up and they inspire people. They come to them instead of them having to follow through on your link and then read it and then like it and that kind of thing. It comes to them. And when we're doing energy work, that's the reason why it's taking longer to have the impact that we can have in a shorter time, because the energy is just spread out across too many places, which is good, but it doesn't get a chance to accumulate and keep people there. By the time people are a third into our meditation experience, they have several other things around them that's on the same timeline that's now calling them. So boom, they can't stay for our 20-minute meditation. But when I go into 10% Happier, I get lost. I don't even, I'm inside of a portal, and that's where I need to be, and that's where they needed to create in order to really have an impact. So anyway, I know I rambled on and on about that, but yeah, I'm going to be shouting this from the mountaintops. And I had to tell you because we're in the same field of energy work. And so I see it clear as day there, and then I see how it applies to everybody else too.
Thank you for that reminder. It crossed my mind earlier this week. I was like, yeah, remember you do have an app. You need to probably bring that back. So I had it connecting to my YouTube channel,
right?
The podcast. I have shirts I've made. Like apparel, and
right.
I made like journals, things like that.
Yes.
I used to be, just a little background about myself. I used to do photography and design.
Right.
So I was a graphic designer for a number of small and mid-sized companies around here. So a lot of things I was able to create as well. So on my own.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm sending you and I know you probably already looked it up, but just so I don't forget, I'm sending you 10% happier in your DM now. And if you can you DM me that
Definitely.
Yeah, so that I don't forget, because right now I'm looking at. I'm sorry.
Let me know as well. If you need help with it, let me know as well.
Okay, sweet. Thank you for that. Yeah, because I'll definitely reach out to you, and I wanna pull you in on what I've started to look at, and so you get your thoughts. I just saw a Figment Bravo video recently, but I can't wait to look this up. So, Keisha, this has been an absolute pleasure. I just want to say again, I thank you first of all for just being here and the time, and sharing with me. I was so looking forward to it, because I'm always looking forward to highlighting and building relationships and connection. So this has been great. Oh my gosh, so much has come out of this conversation, and I just want to appreciate you.
Thank you. I'm glad that we connected. It's been an honor. I really appreciate it.
Yes, thank
and
you.
I also sent you the link as well for the app.
Okay, sweet.
It's a no-code developer.
That's what
yes. Like a drag and drop.
Yes, that's what I've been looking for.
And they have template modules already built in.
Yes. Okay.
And then if you have some, and then you can just put the links in from your various sites and put it right in there.
So when did you learn to speak?
I can help you make it look pretty.
When did you learn to speak music? Like just speak music in the form of like, oh my gosh, that's music to my ears. Because me being the tech geek that I am, like, yes, that's exactly what I was searching for, So that's what's up. That makes sense. So I appreciate that. That's it. That is it.
The energy, yeah.
Yes. So by all means, Keisha, please, if you are able to, please continue to hang around for the combo. But if you got to go, I just want to say it's been a pleasure, and I hope that you have an absolutely amazing day today. On purpose.
Thank you so much, Aaron. It's been a pleasure, and hope everyone here has a beautiful and blessed day today.
Yes. Thank you so much, Keisha. The pleasure's been all mine. Yes. This has been great, y'all. I absolutely love the energy. This is how we flow. Renata says, energy is always good. Thank God. Renata says, I'm back. Missy, I appreciate you. Look, I'm going to have to go ahead and just give this a little bit more real estate. Yeah, because Missy says, bless up, doctor. She started calling me Dr. AP the other day, and I was like, oh my gosh, stop making me blush. I put up a post recently, and I want to see if, I don't think I have it on this device. I put up a picture. In fact, I think it's on my Instagram. I want to also say hello again to Barack, Clarissa, Marcy, Edit Fly, and of course, Keisha. I put up a post the other day that was, it's a picture. Let me see. I want to tell you where it is on my Instagram. And okay, third row down. If you go on my Instagram, third row down in the middle, it's just yours truly. Let me see if I can bring it up for my FB peeps. So that's just me. You can't. Okay, I just noticed something funny about my pictures, right? So I take these evocative pictures, right? Now, this is how I look when I play the piano. And I'm actually going to do a PTR refresh on my Clubhouse profile pic in a second. I'm going to show you my musical ecstasy pic. And so the way that I look when I play the piano is that I'm going to have to start telling the photographer, or maybe not, to make sure he includes the piano in the shot. Because if you just look at my face, you can't tell whether I'm playing the piano or having an orgasm. So I'm gonna show you all a pic and a few. Let me show you another one. In fact, let me show you my palm tree pic first. So if you're on Clubhouse, I should have did that another way. Okay, if you're on Clubhouse, I'm gonna show you all on Facebook and YouTube. Okay, this right here. This is my Be a Living palm tree. All right, for those that are on Clubhouse, you can refresh in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, refresh. PTR. So that's my Be a Living palm tree pic. And yeah. I'm playing the piano, I promise you, in every one of these pics. And so in a few minutes, I say in about 5 minutes after we chop it up with a few more folk, I'm going to actually PTR, put up another profile pic that's even more of the musical ecstasy. Promise you I was playing piano. Promise you. What else would I be outside doing? What do you do outside? But the quote that I was showing you all before I rudely got myself off track was this quote here. And it's on my Instagram. It's the third row down, middle post. It says, I'm studying psychotherapy to become a professional empath. I'm having so much fun on this journey because I'm in school for psychotherapy. And I'm already a natural empath, so I'm about to be, as Renata just confirmed and said, serendipity plus intention equals life. She said it, not me, Dr. AP. So here's the funny part, right? So in the years when I was in the Christian church as an organist, I used to trip off of the fact, that I grew up in this. So it's always funny to me. You have the person who is someone who's dedicated, someone who shows that they're going to be committed, someone who, as they say, studies to show themselves approved, whether that's studying a book or studying the slide of the pastor and the voice when he gets into his groove. Yes, because everything like this is a bit more convincing, I promise you. But regardless of all that, the thing was, we're talking about connection here. So what I know is to be a professional empath means that sometimes you would have people who just because of that dedication will go from being Mr. Hill to Dr. Hill. So I tell everybody, and I'm going to find my quote that I wrote about it. I'm like the guy, I wrote a quote about it, like the hit, go. I wrote a quote about the fact that, no, I'm not a psychologist. I'm a psychologist without a degree. So I'm certainly not a psychologist. I'm a counselor without a degree. So certainly not a counselor. See if I can find this real quick. I always have to search. See, this is what my app is going to do. I won't have to search for this. So I'm going to tell you, let's see, Aaron Hill, not a psychologist is what I'm looking up on Facebook. I'm going to repost this on the other places. Check this out. I'm a counselor without a degree, which certainly means I'm not a counselor. But I am confident that I can tell you some shit that will help you to sort out some things, appreciate and value yourself, and positively change your perspective and therefore your experience and subsequently your quality of life. I'm a therapist without a degree, which means I'm definitely not a therapist. But I promise you I can say or play some shit that will soothe and ease your mind, make you feel better about life in the moment, and ultimately be therapy for you in the tough times when you need it. I'm a psychologist without a degree, which means I'm assuredly not a psychologist. I promise you I am not. I'm not. So for those that are on Clubhouse, you'll get that joke later when you join me on Facebook at Aaron Hill TV. And you'll see the video from today. And so I assure you, I'm a psychologist without a degree, which means I'm assuredly not a psychologist. But I assure you I can listen closely to you speak and hear you accurately and understand your psyche and personality, what complexes you have, perspectives that you hold, both biased and non-biased, conflicts and contradictions you have with yourself, your level of self-awareness, and both consistent and inconsistent thought processes you hold. There are many things I'm not due to not having a degree or credentials. But what I am is a deep student of life and all its vast subjects. An avid and attentive listener, a reader, a seeker, a friend, a confidant, a lover of people, a giver, a messenger. When I have something valuable to say or share, #always. And a person who desires nothing more than to have the highest intuition, know-how, skill, education, and heart to make the world a better place, one action and interaction at a time. Yes, I'm open to the idea of acquiring a degree in any specific field mentioned. But to be honest, what's most important to me is that I continue to pursue having a degree in being me. Yes, in being me. So, Renata said it. Missy said it. Let me see if I can find Missy's comment. Missy said, "Bless up, doctor. I promise you, I am not a doctor. I'm not." Oh man, I can't wait. So for all the people that are double dipping, all the people that are over here on Facebook as well as Clubhouse, yeah, you'll get it. And so if you would like to come to the stage, by all means, my goal is to say, hey, today I'm going to be hanging out till 10 o'clock because I got to get the hell out of this Airbnb that I'm in. So I'm going to be hanging out to 10 today. Got some other things to film, some other things to do. About to be an amazing day. But until that time, let's hang out for a few. If you'd like to come up to the stage so we can say, hey, by all means. And we're going to go back to that funny ass topic, converse or conversate. I can't wait to hear what y'all have to say about that. Converse or conversate? Would it be? So come on to the stage if you like, and if not, you just want to hang out to listen to me and the sound of my voice, hey, that's all good too. It's your choice. It's your choice. But by all means, at any rate, thanks for coming through. Renata says, energy is always good. I could not appreciate that more. So I'm going to read you all a few more thoughts that flow in that direction. Welcome to the show. These are a few more thoughts from my writings. Again, can't wait until the 5M Experience app is available, because then you'll just click right on that and go straight into all these writings for you. Here's one of them. A person can either appreciate you for who you are, or guess what? They can't. They can either appreciate you for who you are, or they can't. But here's the thing. You can't be invested. Don't stress yourself or beat yourself up about it. If you're not one person's cup of tea, you'll definitely be someone else's full course meal. Yes. I tell people that every day. And that's going to go on one of the next Aaron Hill reveal mugs. If you're not one person's cup of tea, you'll definitely be someone else's full course meal. Full course meal. Being aware that you are unaware of certain things is the greatest awareness you can have. And I think I heard it best put by one Erykah Badu, who said, "The man that knows nothing knows that he knows nothing at all. The man that knows something knows that he knows nothing at all." Oh my gosh. Being aware that you are unaware of certain things is the greatest awareness that you can have. You might not be at your final destination, but you damn sure aren't where you started. Even perfectionists need a day off to appreciate their progress. Put in for your vacation day ASAP. Your journey appreciation day is long overdue. Let me be the first to say, congratulations, motherfucker. Now go pop a bottle of some shit. The grind will still be there tomorrow. Tomorrow's that way, right? Maybe it's this way. I think it's that way because the light is that way, naturally. Fear. I have to say this. We put the concept of fear in such unrealistic terms. Fear isn't something that should just be looked at as all bad. There's a certain type of unhealthy fear, debilitating fear. But if you break down fear to just the body reacting to a stressful, strenuous situation, then there are times when that situation actually caused for the birth of a whole nation because someone wasn't killed, because someone else jumped out and looked out for them and knocked them out of the way of the animal or moved them out of the way of the car. Fear drives that. It's just that what we're talking about mostly is that a lot of these primitive fears that we've had when we were living in a much more hostile environment, where you did have to worry if that little sound that you heard in the bushes was actually like some crazy animal or some person from another tribe, aka another crazy animal. I'm just saying. But it's just that nowadays, if I walk down this street right here that's outside of this beautiful window, the rustling that I hear in the bushes, I'd be more justified and inclined to know that that was just the wind blowing than something to really be afraid of. So what we're talking about is debilitating fear. So with that, fear is a changing mind state that will go just as easily as it comes if you let it. So don't make a mountain out of a molehill. And here's one final one for you. And we're going to jump into our segment with Sherry. Be careful and sure that you're being your own first aid and not your own worst aid. Don't add to the triggers that are already affecting you. And so on that tip, I want to quickly reset the room. I want to say hello to Keisha again, Edifly, Marcy, Maya, Sanahara, and Melissa. Say hello to the fam. FB peeps, YT peeps. And if you're not over here on Clubhouse, what the hell are you doing with your life? That's how I'm gonna stop being. I'm gonna stop being ignorant with it. Like, man, what are you doing? Like, you still not over here? Like, really? Really? Have I not told you every morning for the last 90 mornings? No, I was kidding. I would never be like that. If I do, y'all know something is wrong with me. And I think you already know that. So, yeah. So if you'd like to come to the stage, of course, our only goal is to say, hey, say good morning to you. Start you on your morning. Today's morning, we'll be wrapping up about 10 a.m. to knock some things out, some business work. If you'd like to come to the stage, by all means, come onto the stage so you can say, hey, and if not, you want to just hang out, let this be your favorite morning show as always. You can do that too. You can do that too. I know I'm a fool. I'm a fool. So on that tip, let's say good morning to Sherry. Let's get together for our segment with Sherry. Let's say a huge good morning to Sherry. Good morning, Sherry. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
What's happening?
What's happening?
Hey, Keisha, Anna, Etta, Fly, Marcy, Meyer, and Melissa. It's Friday.
Right. It is Friday.
What's up, Sherry?
Hey, Sherry, how are you?
Yes,
Hey, I'm great.
Yes,
That's beautiful.
It is definitely Friday. TGIF. It is Friday. Okay, so here's the shenanigans for Friday. I might have to call Friday like Frenanigans Friday or something like that, because especially now that Caesar is here. Y'all, I swear, if y'all were not here this morning when I was hanging out with my cousin Caesar, oh my God, all I gotta say is go back, watch the Facebook video, go back, watch the YouTube video. And I'm gonna say this to you. Oh yeah. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say to you. That's all I'm gonna say to you. Go back, watch the rest. Don't ask me shit. Watch the rest on the goddamn tape. So here's what it unfolded to. In the midst of those shenanigans, it unfolded to this question that I really want to ask every person in this room and on Facebook here. All right. I'm going to put it back up as the banner. So if you all are not with me on FB, it's at Aaron Hill TV. I'm over here clowning live. All right, here's the banner. I'm going to read it to you all that you can't see. Converse or conversate. What side do you fall on? Sherry, this is the most important question that you could possibly. Don't say anything yet. I gotta set it up for you because you might sign your life away before you know it. This is the most important question that man and woman and child and dog and cat kind have been trying to figure out since the beginning of time. Sherry, converse or conversate?
I like to say conversate because it flows really well, and it really probably isn't even a word.
Right.
But, and some of the best lyrics, it'll be like, can we conversate for a while?
Right.
It's kind of, it's like
it's got a flair to it.
It's got a flair to it. It feels like the conversation. It's gonna be just so damn dope.
Right.
It's just like, you have a complete sapiosexual moment.
Right.
Like, yes, let's conversate.
So let me tell you the hilarity of this. At least in my head, this is the tomfoolery of me, right? So I am learning to like conversate, and I'm okay. Am I on my way to loving it? I think I can. Okay, now I'm on my way to loving it, right? Because I just affirmed myself in the fastest form of affirmation and meditation known to mankind. I think I can. All right. So I'm on my way to loving it. But I'm just starting to like conversate because I hated that shit before I didn't. Let me tell you though, here's the funny part though. I grew up with mom. Mom was a 36-year school teacher who, if I even pronounced anything, I couldn't even say the word lie when I was growing up. I couldn't even say lie because it sounded too much like a curse word to my mom. So if I said conversate, OMG, I was going to be writing. There was going to be a new edition of the next dictionary. It's going to be the Aaron Hill dictionary. And it would have been just me writing the rest of the dictionary as punishment.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just saying.
I mean, she was one of those old school teachers. I want you to write it 100 times. And you're like go to recess and you cannot, go home and I will be sitting up with your parents.
Sherry, this is such a funny topic to me. Before you all came in, I literally said that I'm going to do a room that's just this title. It's going to be called Converse or Conversate. And I'm going to let the debate begin. We're going to have so much fun talking about that shit. Or at least I am. Maybe I'm the only one. Because
But I want to know why it's so, why is it so?
Because there's no such word as conversate. Because it's not a real word.
The great Jill Scott, and somebody help me out. I know there's some musicians up in this room. Did Jill Scott not say conversate for a while?
She did.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Let me say this. Let me say this last thing, because I actually recant my statement. I totally recant my statement. In fact, I'm smacking myself in the face. It goes against everything I know. Here's the thing. Words don't have okay, this is my belief, right? Words don't have intrinsic meanings. Words have meanings that we inject into them. Because if I slow this word all
Oh my gosh.
right? All I'm saying is, if I slowed it down enough, it's just vibration, right? And vibration is just that. It's just vibration. As you speed it up, then it gets to these things not only called words, but music, to phones, to damn it, vapes, to cell phones, to to everything. Grass, it's everything. It's vibration, right? So, all right. So with that, words don't have intrinsic meanings. We inject. And then because of the associations and because of, how we use them, what they mean to us, whether they save our lives, they communicate, it's communication. So I recant my statement like completely. Conversate is a word, like all words are words because we make the shit up. But what happened was that I'm just getting to the point of learning to like it and love it, because initially it wasn't like a word that I grew up with, and it wasn't a word that was seen as correct. In fact, you were seen as being ignorant if you said conversate as opposed to I was conversing or I conversed. But hey, you can have fun with anything. So I'm not tied to it. But that's my history. That's my story. I was traumatized. So yeah, I get it. So you're a conversate person. Hey, I can get it. Jill Scott, you're right. Shit. Erykah Badu doesn't pronounce half the words that she says like as actual word, like in a way that we like, but I love it. I wouldn't have her pronounce shit any other way.
That's one of my favorite artists. Like, I will fight you if you try to change it. Philosopher of life.
Right. Oh man, that is classic. So that's the Frenanigans for Friday. That's what I'm on. That's the tip that I'm on so far. Oh man. So with that wild card, what are you on this Friday? What's your mind on? You got Friday, you got the weekend ahead, all kinds of things.
My mind is getting back on the beach.
Yeah.
I am so over the snow now.
Right.
This is why I moved. This is why I don't live here anymore.
Right.
So, yeah. But I'm ready to get back to the beach. I'm looking forward to working on some new projects. I'm really looking forward to building out the Clubhouse. So, okay, Aaron, this is what we were talking about yesterday. LT's not here. But listen, yesterday we had a great conversation. We were talking to LT. And one of the things that came up was about, somebody basically taking her name and concept, right?
Right.
And then there was a conversation about, do you love it? Do you really love what you're doing? And I'm so glad that we had that conversation, because I realized I didn't love my Meeting with Sherry room. And you and I talked about this, right?
Right.
But the point of it is, when you really love something, like every single morning you pop out of bed and are running to the damn Clubhouse.
That's true.
Regardless of where you are, what you're doing, what's going on in the world, what the weather looks like, consistently you are here. And here's how I know that you love it. Because even if nobody's in the room but you and one other person, or you're by yourself, you stay here and you hold visual, you hold the light for what it is that you want to do and share in this, right? And so I'm really looking forward to reshaping how Beating with Sherry shows up in Clubhouse versus, on other platforms. And also, really getting to a place where I love it. And what I love about this process is that we all own our own process. So you can stop your shit, tear it apart, and redo it if you want to, because it's yours. And that's yours to do. And it's yours to love. And if you create it, you should love it. And I wasn't loving it. I liked it a lot.
Right. Like that is wow. That is such insight. Oh my goodness. That is such insight. And I'm speechless because, of course, me doing what I do is in knowing, the manifestation of what it means to, just like LT says, be it until you see it. It's so interesting though, because it's like what's helped me. And this is why I always tell people why it's so good to take a step so that you can start that process and learn and then keep cycling through that. Because the only thing that this has come from, as far as my ability to do that, is just doing that over and over and over and over, giving myself the opportunity, giving my dream the opportunity, giving my heart the opportunity to do that over and over and over and over, so that I can teach myself the same lesson, which is that when the Sherry says, like, this speaks to me, when the Keishas of the world say, wow, like this, I'm so grateful for this, and you just let me know something that, wow, I had already had this, but it just reaffirmed, and the list goes on and on and on as far as just the affirmations that happen. It's the thing that is the teaching tool. It's the thing that teaches you the very thing that you're trying to learn. And that's why it's always best to just try to take a step forward, to give something a shot, especially if you feel it in your heart, because it's always going to lead you to the right answer, because the right answer is always forward. And so moving forward is just that, you find the answer. So I'm really humbled. Yeah.
I'm sorry, finish your statement.
Nah, I don't. So the only thing, thank you, no problem. The only thing I was going to say was, so I'm thankful. I really thank you for just those words. Yeah, it just really touches me deeply.
All right. Well, since we passed out flowers, I thank you for being consistent and showing others how to create what they love.
Right.
How about that?
Right.
That's real for you, Aaron Hill. But this is the question I have for you. So last week, I was in a room on Clubhouse, and they were talking about the fear of missing out. So FOMO versus faking it till you make it.
I love it. FOMO versus faking it till. Oh, I love it. Let's get it, because I already know where this is going. Let's go.
Okay, so it was a very interesting discussion, because there was, a different, a diverse dynamic of people in the room.
Right.
And one of the things that I noticed is that the millennials are on this fake it till you make it, particularly showing up on social media where, they flashing dollars, they're, on jets and all of that. And
right.
So my statement was to them, maybe it's generational, but when I grew up, fake it until you make it was to give you confidence, so that you would fake the confidence until you actually had the confidence to become who it is you wanted to be.
Yeah.
Not like be an outright liar and just pretend to be somebody that you ain't.
Yep, I feel you.
And so I'm just curious, like, what are your thoughts around FOMO?
Yes.
And faking it till you make it? Because ultimately, I feel that if you're faking it, then it creates FOMO because you keep showing up as somebody that you're not, and you're fearful that somebody's gonna find out that you aren't who you say you are.
Yes. Whew. Let me tell you something. I'm filled up right now because of the fact of what I feel is about the poor. All right. So here's my answer to the question. Everything that you said about the young person, the millennial, is actually no different than what the slave had to do or did. And I'm saying it specifically on that drastic level for this point. One other form that we know faking it till you make it comes in the form of is don't cry. Don't you cry. Don't you break down now. Don't you fall out now. We can't afford to, because if you break down and cry now, they will catch up with us and kill us. Now, or when they do come to us, I need you to say with all of your heart, mind, and soul that this is where we are. I mean, where we were, and not this place. Because if you even look like it's different than what you're saying, we will be killed. You will be killed.
Right.
So it is one of those things where faking it till you make it and fear of missing out winds up actually converging in a particular place. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this to oversimplify it, because it's not just a simple thing at all. Like, it's vast and it's deep, and there are many different circumstances where we do different things. But there are a lot of common connectors. One is always social. I'll call the category of social benefits. Things like continuing to be accepted by the tribe, being loved, or being accepted in another way so it can get you something else, or not being killed, or not being abused, or not being disliked, or being liked. Like, it's all those reasons. And where we just find ourselves is in places where we feel a particular way, we want a particular result. We have some ideas as opposed to if we act certain ways, how that will go. And then we choose based on if it's more beneficial for us to go ahead and walk in it or act like it or what have you, or it's not. Now, if someone asks me a question and I have a choice of whether I want to lie to them or be honest, most of the times I'm going to be honest, because even if I'm scared, because of the fact I think about the longer thing. For me, it's going to add up. In most cases, it's going to add up to them being able to forgive me, us be friends, or something like that. If I was in another case, though, where I was going to be killed, then I would totally fake it. And then there are other scenarios or situations where there are other, there's just a plethora of choices that we make every day, and it's based on this. So I think that they're one and the same. Like, you like this. This is the last thing I'll say. When I read this book, one of the biggest books that helped me on my journey was this book called How to Start Your Own Record Label. And the thing that it was by a woman, and it was the first time I read a woman who owned a record label, and I was fascinated with her perspective of things and how she brought like emotional intelligence to it and all these things. But one of the things she said in there was that in order for people to take her seriously as a company, she had to start using the words we, and we're going to do this, and we'll get back to you, as opposed to I, even though she was the only one in her living room running the entire business. She said the reason why, though, is because I have to speak in the direction, even if the we're is me picking up the other phone, no, I'm sorry, not me picking up the phone, but the we, and we do this, like we do this today.
Absolutely.
If we say we'll get back to you, or we'll send you the email, that might wind up being us on the other end of that email, but it also could be our virtual assistant as we're working hard as fuck to make that happen, right? So are we faking it till we make it? Are we fear of missing out, or what? It's all of the above in the same thing. And we just have different scenarios where sometimes it's not a good thing to do that. We make the wrong decision. And sometimes it's exactly what we need to do to create. When I did that in my own business and I started using we and started immediately, the we was there because people took it seriously, and that allowed for the we to fall into the equation, and then we were there. So anyway, what does that say? You know, what do you think about that, Sherry? Or what you know? I know I just rambled on about it.
Fake it till you make it on the extreme end.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. But I think the fake it till you make it in the way that it's being done now, I'm not a fan.
I feel you. I don't think any generation.
I feel like it's a disservice to our youth and young adults.
I agree with you.
And then you have to, you have to find courage.
Yes.
A lot of times when you don't have it, and I don't know that we're teaching them that.
Well, you just said something. You said we have to find courage when we don't have it. But the interesting thing about that statement is that courage is one of those things where, and this is why it's so fascinating to me, you never have it before, you can't find it before you have it. Like a leap is a leap. Like being afraid and saying, but I can't stop now. And I love, so I'm gonna have to buy, as I always say, I'm gonna have to, what'd you say?
I live every day of my life.
I know. That's why this is like,
my mantra is,
yeah.
Oh, my mantra is either this is gonna work or it's gonna work.
Right.
I have a post on my Instagram that if plan A doesn't work, there are 25 more letters in the alphabet and keep going.
Big, huge. So look, this is what I want to do, because I'm gonna have to buy Sanahata Amachandra a new phone in a minute. I always say this when the conversation is so good, like I almost break my mute button just trying to. So I would be remiss. This damn app would break. Sanahata Amachandra, OMG. Yes, I know that this has I know this is all over your page. I'm curious as to what this brings up for you.
I'm just enjoying the dialogue and the perspectives, right? For real, just listening and feeling. And what was coming through for me was like, because I remember when I didn't know a full moment, when I found out, like, oh, okay, because it's something I haven't really been impacted by.
Right.
As well as even fake it till you make it, because of how important authenticity has been for me.
Yeah.
But one of the things that I've learned, and you are a perfect example of that, has been the energy of, building the airport while you building the plane while you're flying in the sky.
Right.
You gotta build it while you're flying.
Right.
And also too, the idea of how to get out of your comfort zone, right? Sometimes getting out of your comfort zone means that if your comfort is keeping you from what it is you say you want,
right,
then you better go ahead and fake it. You better be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And this new way of being until you get comfortable in this new way of being. How do you get yourself comfortable by being? And so that in that regard, you might, go in there and you can pretend that it hurt, or you can pretend to feel good, you can tell the truth, you can complain. Can't believe I'm here, but I'm here.
Right.
Can't believe I did it, but I did it.
Right.
People like, yeah, I did that. So it's nice. I did it. I believe I did it because I did something. And that way, for some of us who have comfort for whatever reason, there's a lot of reasons why we can find ourselves.
What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments.
All kind of like you said, you don't know you're there until you get there.
Right.
So in that regard, it's helping. And now I use a little bit of FOMO around curiosity now.
Right.
I'm staying curious. And I'm also minding my business.
My business. Right.
It's a crazy balance.
Yeah. Look, you know what's funny? Yeah. I love it. You know, it's interesting because I like how you talked about minding your own business, right? Because it's something that I'm always about. And I realize it's this process of where you go through your mind and start deciding what's actually in that category of minding your business or not. And does that include other folks' business? Are you making it your business? Look, is it right? Is it like? Hey, yo, listen, one of the things that's happening here this morning, and this always happens when fun conversations like this happen, is that these titles will just roll out in my mind. So it's like, yo, you should do a room that's called like, are you making it your business to mind others' business, or like, are you making it your business to be in all in other people's business? Because so you said something, and the more I think about this term, fake it, right? The more it, to me, just because again, words don't have meanings, but they have associations and usages. And the way that we use that term most of the time is to mean something that is, I would say, and I'm gonna look it up to see how we've actually like defined it, right? At least, from a Merriam's or a Webster's standpoint. But the thing I think about it is, I don't think is as simple. Most of the time when we think about faking it, we think about something that's not warranted most of the times, especially because of our other principles like honesty is the best policy and all these kind of things. But we all know like there are some situations that faking it, again, it may be the thing to save your life. Or maybe the thing that just allows for just enough time for the thing you're trying to get to work. Now, not the problem, but the thing with that is that statement I just made can be used for beneficial things, like saying we in a business, because you're already on that level, taking care of a number of things. And as soon as you get $5 more dollars, you can hire a virtual assistant to be the other we. But then there's other times where that might be something like manipulating someone and knowing that if you just do this the right way, then you'll manipulate them the next moment. And it's not in a good way. Because again, it's all manipulation. It's just what's the intention? What's it for? And that's when you get down into the deep sea of like morality and all these things that we do and the subjective nature of it and all of that, But that's why I love having conversations like this, because I don't think it's ever about finding a definitive line. I think it's about just being more aware of the territory. Like, I got to write that down. Yeah. Because I think what happens sometimes is we try to find lines in places where it's actually a gradient. It's not a line. And then when we get into our different thought systems that reinforce that there is a line, and that if you don't see it, it's just because you're not looking hard enough, or you're somehow not following this thing to the T, or you're a part of the problem. Like it just, it works the other way.
And how about it's none of those things? It just
right.
Let it be.
Right.
We get so caught up on the story, and the story is for that moment. The story can be, like for me, since it can be anything, infinite possibilities. Let me turn this into something that's going to be. How does it work for me?
Yeah.
Because the story part, we'll throw that onto something real quickly without awareness that we're the ones doing that, right? We did that.
Right. Yeah. 100% agree with that. Brother Meyer, I wanted to ask you the question. Fake it till you make it, or fear of missing out? Like when you think about all these things that we've been talking about, what comes through for you? And good morning to you, bro. Good morning to you.
Good morning, everyone.
Thanks, bro.
Fake it till you make it. I don't know. I'm bad at that. I tried, but I'm
right.
weird. So I would try to like fake it till I made it, and then I get like word salad.
Right.
So yeah, I do see people do it, and there's like, it's a gradient in the sense that like, you can do it to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Like whenever I drop a single, I'm faking it till I make it, in the sense that I'm acting excited. I'm not excited. I'm exhausted.
Right.
I don't want to listen to the song anymore. I hate the song. Make it.
I definitely feel you in that, bro. This brings something else up for me, everybody, and I'm really curious as to again, Maya, as I'm listening to you speak and it's bringing out, I'm like, wow, this is interesting. I realized something else about how I deal with this concept. My absolute favorite thing in life is to live my truth and live the truth I'm trying to reach at the same time. So, for instance, when I think about like right now and in this moment, right? When I first read that book, how to run your own record label, start and run your own record label. Again, the thing that hit me was her etiquette, how she was teaching about how to have etiquette with people and how to do that, use that to build the relationships in order to build the clientele. So when she said, yeah, because I was moving to the next direction of having someone to help me, like I needed that right away. I would say we, because I was representing what I wanted my company to represent. And so ultimately it did. I've done that, right? I've walked that path and I've even used that exact thing. What I enjoy now is using that exact thing in the moment, like in my next business call, doing the same thing. And at the same time, doing a Clubhouse conversation and a live stream and a YouTube video saying that this is what I do in order to take it to the next level. Like at the same time, like literally living my absolute truth and showing the truth I'm reaching for at the same time. Like,
yeah, I hear that 100%. That's like, it's like speaking it into existence, right?
Right.
In a sense. Or
it is.
Like,
it's exactly that.
Exactly. Or what's the other term for that? Actually, it might just be affirmations, to be real.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm with you right there. Like I do a little blend of the both too, where it's like, I'm trying to be the person I want to be, but I'm also going to fully exist as who I am and not trying to cover that shit up.
Right. And like accept that's exactly one thing. Like that's the thing that I love about this. Like we are so complex individuals. Like this left brain and right brain thing, it gives us the ability to have one experience but be able to see it or not see it but imagine it from so many different angles that it was bananas. So it leads us to these beautiful places, like when you take something like empathy and being able to stand in a different place on the spectrum and empathize and be able to understand and realize and have compassion, all these things. But then you get into the other side. It's just a double-edged sword. It's the blessing is the curse, as they say. It's just the yin and the yang, where it could also be the thing to not let something like that fear of missing out and speaking those things as though they are and setting affirmation and speaking those things into existence and being honest and authentic as possible and as genuine in the moment as possible and as transparent is literally all one thing. One of the things I hate hearing us say, oh my gosh, and there's only a few things I hate in life, so I don't really hate this, but I just got to use the exploitive. Yeah, got to put some seasoning on that. One of the things that I hate hearing us say is when we talk about something that we did that was a mistake, something that we either regret, something that we realized was non-beneficial, something that we realized, I would do now that I know what I know, I would do that differently. Like, of course, that experience taught me that, like, now I know, now I can do better. And when we say that, like, I did that because I'm a human being, or the human part of me did this, or this, I'm still human, so I fuck up. I'm like, yes, and you're still human, so you're amazing too. You do amazing things. Oh my God.
It's and like we're just learning, right? Like it's data at the end of it. Like you fuck up, that's a lesson. Also.
Right. So if you realize that is that, and then if you realize that when you nail it, when you are living in that truth, and when you're also exhibiting and exuding what you want to be true, it's all one thing. It's all one experience. It's just experience from different points and different hemispheres of the brain and all this kind of shit. But it's one experience, and it's all what it means to be beautifully human. or as my son Peeps would say, divinely human. It's just what it means to be this. So yeah, bro, I love what you said. I'm curious, dude, who else is with us? LT, good morning to you. What it be, LT? You all right over there, LT?
Hey, good morning, LT. How are you?
Love rising. LT, this topic, you know, I know that when you came in, we were past a particular point where it was a core to it, but I know you still got the gist. So this whole thing, we talked about fake it till you make it, or fear of missing out. Where are we coming from with this? And this is something you deal with every day in some shape, way, or form. So yeah, I'm wondering what these thoughts have started to spark for you at 6:44 in the morning.
I'm too real to fake some shit.
What'd you say? Too real to fake some shit, right? Now, what do you call? I'm sorry. Go ahead, LT.
No, I was just gonna say that I never bought into that concept.
Yeah.
That mindset, any of it. It doesn't make sense. Now there is something that's a little different. It's called matching it, right?
Matching it.
Matching it is totally different than you faking it.
Right.
But it can seem like faking it, right?
Right.
Because matching it, you are in the vibration. You're acting as if.
Right.
That is that.
Right.
So I guess in a sense that's kind of like faking it. Hold on one second.
No, it's one of those things, right? It's like when you think, LT, if there's nothing else that I would do as far as the recap, like to not go into detail, it was literally just one point that I think is right here. And I said that what I look at is that the two actually wind up being one, really. They are one. What differentiates them is the intention that's in your mind when you're doing what you're doing and what you're hoping to gain, what benefit, and all these things. But it's whether you're like speaking we because you're pushing your company to the next level and you're already providing we support, or whether you're like we because you want somebody else to give you something and it will harm them. It comes down to intentions and those kind of situations. But I would argue that it comes from that same place. It's one and the same thing.
This is really
thought-provoking, right?
Can I ask a question?
Yes, by all means.
I'm curious about the power of imagination and this idea of faking it, right? And
Yeah.
you change the words and introduce imagining, envisioning, a child that dreams becomes an adult with vision. So what do you think about that when we talk about faking it till you make it, or imagination and big drawing into walking in it as you get comfortable in it? I'm curious.
Oh my God, I'm so glad you said that, because to me, that's exactly what fake it till you make it is. It was never literally faking it. It was imagining it, embracing it, becoming it, until you actually are it.
That changes. You know what? Words change things. Okay. When you put it with different words, it takes on another form. Like the energy of it, because words have vibration. So when you say fake it till you make it, that is a very low vibe term or phrase. But when you say imagine it, right? When you say I'm going to imagine it, brings the frequency up to a space of it's not the same. The wording plays a great part in how we perceive things.
That's it.
Faking it till you make it just sounds horrible.
Well, let me tell you this. Let me. I feel you. And look, you're pointing out something that I love to do in these moments. LT, that last dress that you had on, oh my gosh. That last dress that you had on, that last let's see, the blue and white one was the last one I saw. LT, The blue and white outfit where you had blue shoes, I think it was all white with a blue hat or something like that.
Oh, pretty blue. Okay, go ahead.
LT, oh my goodness, I hate you so much for the right now. Right now.
I want that hate to go past right.
And so this is why I say this, because it backs up your statement that words, it's the words, and so words change meaning. But what happens is we change meanings of words. We take words and we do different things with them. And then based on us using them for whatever we're using for and the plethora of them and how it multiplies, then we have a particular association with them. So it's good to know that. So that way, when we can't get past something like that, the word. Oh, it's breaking up. Okay. What about now? Is that better? Let me see. It might.
What did you say? I didn't hear you.
Oh, my bad. So I was saying that, when you think about words.
Hey, Ron, is it just me or did he break up?
He sounds clear right now to me, LT.
Yeah, me too. Oh God, maybe it's me. Okay, wait a minute. Let me refresh. Because I can't hear nothing he's saying.
Oh man, no problem.
Oh, that happened to me earlier. Like I had no sound. I had to leave out, close the app, and come back. Oh God, I can't hear you. Wait a minute. Let me.
Maybe go out. Let me see. Oh, she can't hear us at all. All right, let me see. Maybe I will.
Oh, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Oh, you can hear now? Oh, no doubt.
Okay.
No doubt. So I was just saying that, when we think about words, it's good to know the frequency that words have, but not that they have intrinsically, the frequency that words have from what we have injected into them. And that's why I said that statement, like, I hate you so much right now, because of course, hate has a particular frequency, but we then also redefined it and used it also in another way to mean love, same way like the N word, same way like a bunch of other words. Now, the direction I'm going in with this is that it's good to know how words affect you, and it's good to know that they start off at a place of just pure vibration so that we can do what we want with them. Now, I definitely feel that this is a thought-provoking conversation, because what it says is there are many times when we're looking at this thing of faking it, and we're not realizing that what we're actually doing is either looking out for us, trying to be safe, looking out for our best interest, and then there are times when we're not. So the real conversation is, again, where is our intention? Alma brought up something wonderful, and I love what was just said. In fact, I'm going to go back to that. But this imagination deal, because I really feel that that's really what it is. It's the extent of our imagination, and it's what we use it for, because we have the power to use it for amazing things that are beneficial. And we also have that same power. Literally, there is no difference between a superhero and a villain except for mindset and use of power. That's it. So, yeah, those are my thoughts. And I want to go back to what Alma was saying about this imagination deal, because I think that was spot on. Alma, can you mention that again? Oh, and before I go further, let me just refresh the room. We want to say good morning to Gulam, good morning to Coco, Amber, Delia, Jacqueline, Sherry, Rod, of course, Maya, Sanahara, LT, and Sherry. This is a great topic. Fake it till you make it, or fear of missing out. How does this stack up? Where does speak those things as though they are become naivete? Where does, go in this direction because this is what you're trying to create becomes like, oh no, we shouldn't do that because that's totally not who you are and how you feel. It's an interesting topic. So let's keep it going. We got Coco coming up to the stage. Good morning, Coco.
Good morning, everybody.
Yes.
Good morning. I'm starting my training in 5 minutes, so I can't stay.
Love it. That means that.
Come in and say hi. You talking about words? That's one of my favorite topics.
Yes. And these words we're talking about right now is fake it till you make it, or fear of missing out. Is there anything that you heard thus far? I know you only got a few, so I want to just catch up on anything you heard that resonated, anything for you.
I can't say that I heard much because I was just, getting ready. I popped in and then I heard Coco's here and I on the stage, so a little clueless.
So let me give you a 30-second. All right. So talking about this idea of the difference between faking it till you're making it, or are you speaking those things and it's something that makes sense? You're speaking those things as though they are, or you're being a particular way and it's justified and not. We're just exploring the topic of what it means to be yourself or to be different, whatever that different is, to get a benefit from there. And where does that fall? Is that something we should do, something we shouldn't, or is it situational?
I think that's an interesting topic, and I've struggled with that because I grew up in the church, and I speak things that are not as though they were.
Yes, you better preach that sermon and say it again.
You know what I'm saying? So I used to do that, but what I think it is our higher selves calling us to speak our higher truth to ourselves. So if you are in a situation where you're not feeling great about your certain circumstance and you want your circumstance to improve that, then you talk to your future self and you say, what's your opinion? And the future self can say, guess what? We all got in a bad chest with a coconut lime on the side.
Yes.
Just need to work to get there.
Yes.
And so speak that. I am an overcomer, or I am blessed, or I will have. And it's that faith and works thing, I suppose, right? You got to work it to make it happen.
Right.
And there's a certain, because the caterpillar has the butterfly inside of it.
Right.
And when it goes to that cocoon, the caterpillar disintegrates into protein that divides the butterfly body cells into butterflies. So you can be a caterpillar walking around and think, I'm supposed to fly, right? Right. And everyone might be looking at you like, listen, you hairy, 18,000 leg ugly, you ain't flying nowhere. But if it goes into its cocoon place, and literally the old self dies and the new self, but was it really new? Is it old? Is it all it is? So that's kind of what I believe. It's your higher self. And when you want to, and you have to believe the caterpillar. Now, maybe the caterpillar doesn't have the mindset, but in my mind, the caterpillar is thinking about all this stuff. Like, oh, I think I'm going to be a butterfly today. And then she's waiting for these wings to pop out, not realizing she's got to go in this cocoon and it's a process. That's the process. It's painful. It's exciting, depending on the kind of caterpillar you are and the experience that you have. And I know this to be true because I used to be and now I am.
Yeah.
And I was what I am when I wasn't.
When I wasn't what I am. Right. Right. What you are speaking.
So speaking your pain into power is another example of that whole process, right? Where you speak things because our words do have power, but we do apply meaning to the words.
Exactly. That's it.
So we can make a word mean something.
I
never used to say the word "be with an itch," but now I kind of like that.
Wait a minute. Did you just? Wait a minute. Did you just curse by spelling out the curse word? Yo, I'm gonna tell you like I told LT earlier, and to prove the whole point, I hate you so much right now. Why? Yo, because you took more effort to spell out a curse word than to just say the curse word.
Which you are B with an itch, and it speaks.
Oh, my bad. An actual bee. My bad. I thought you were talking. Okay, like my bad. Bumblebee. Okay, see, okay. Well, you see where my mouth.
You never heard that before?
Right.
Yeah, I was with Aaron. Sorry.
Oh my God.
My training is starting now. I could actually put my training on mute and still be in this conversation, but
I love it. No, it's all good.
Training is boring as my God.
Shit.
Oh.
All right.
I'm grateful for my job. I'm grateful for my job.
Right.
Speaking things that are not as though they were.
Oh my gosh. Let me tell you. Yeah, I could not be more with you. Could not be more with you on that. He said, speaking those things as though they are. I'm grateful. Whew. This is a great topic. In fact, one of the things we're going to do, I actually have to cut the show short this morning. Gotta go in the next 5 or so. Gotta get out of this damn Airbnb, yo. I'm loving the experience here. I see the natural light over there. I gotta show y'all the projector. I'll show y'all that in a second. But this is a great conversation, and I'm actually going to do a whole room that's literally just called "Fake It Till You Make It" or "Fear of Missing Out." Or I might name the second half like "Fake It Till You Make It" or something that sounds more justified, because this is a great topic. Again, I don't think there are any actual lines drawn with this. There's really no black and white lines. It's not a black and white subject. Coco, you just hit on something really interesting in the way that you were phrasing it. And I just think about it, I'm like, it always boils down to the same thing. It's like, where is your mindset when you're making these decisions? In fact, let me see something, because I have a quote that actually I think like sums this up, and it's talking about how to know whether something is a healthy habit or not. Let's see. Do you feel many people? Oh no, that's something. Okay. So basically, in a nutshell, if I don't find it, it's basically just talking about the way that you can determine whether something is a healthy habit or not, or that you're doing something from the right place, is the thought leading to the action. The thought leading to the action. Because that's what it really is. That's where you make the judgment. You look at the thought that's leading to the action, so that way you can see what the intention is. Is the intention, a positive one where you're trying to help, or is something beneficial? Are you trying to mislead someone because you're trying to really take advantage of them in a negative way? Or is it that something is a bit too overwhelming for someone and you're trying to protect them? Now, it's not that any of these things are right or wrong, because you get into a murky mess with all of it. Sometimes you could think you're looking out for a person when it's exactly the thing that you should be telling them. Or sometimes you could be not saying something to a person when it's exactly what they need to hear, even if they flip out. But like, everything has pros and cons. Everything has consequences to it. So it's always, it's just one of those things. But that's why Coco mentioned something, and I didn't get a chance to say it because it didn't come right back up. But it's this concept of self-awareness. It really just comes back down to and boils back down to self-awareness. And that's why I like talking about this, because it's a gradient. And the whole idea is just continuing to be aware of yourself so that you can know where your thoughts and your intentions are. You can know how your actions are backed up. What thoughts and intentions are they backed up by? I want to say hello to Joni. Joni says over here on Facebook, I am just tuning in. We'll have to watch the replay. Sounds like a topic I need right now. Yeah, Joni, and for everybody else too, definitely please take this from the top. First of all, y'all gotta hear that oh yeah conversation that happened earlier with me and Caesar and Tanisha. Oh my goodness, hilarious. So thanks for that, Joni. I also want to say good morning again to Edifly, Gulam, Jacqueline, and Sherry, by all means. So this is the topic, and we're going to continue on with this. Fake it till you make it, or fear of missing out. LT, you said something that was really significant. You said, and Myra said the same thing too, and I could say the same thing. I think there's probably a common thread throughout the room. The thing I have the hardest time doing is purely faking it What I do better at is being real about where I'm still pushing forward, where I'm acting a certain way because I feel a certain way. That's why I enjoy vulnerability and transparency and honesty so much. Because what I've learned to do now is be real about being fake in the moment, and then that actually makes everything work out. Like it is literally so interesting. Like I said, I could literally say on this broadcast, just as one example, I could say on this broadcast that I use the term we, even for all the years that I was a solopreneur. And I could have somebody watch that and then call me. I pick up the phone and say, yes, we're here to help you. And the respect goes deeper, not actually the other way around, but it's all because of honesty and transparency. That really makes the difference. It's just that there were many times in our history, which is why I said what I said to you, Sherry, about the fact that whether you're talking about the young millennial who is in line with a trend because they're afraid that their friends won't like them, or you go back to the slave and you go back to the person that had to fake it because they would be killed in a moment. It's really one of those things where everybody's coming from a place of fear of certain things when we do that, or we're coming from the other side of trying to fly. But it's all linked to the same thing, and that's why we should always examine not our actions, but the thoughts and the intentions that led to the actions. That's where you're going to find what side you're falling on and how you should deal with this. 100%. Thanks, family. And so on that tip, does anybody have any other final thoughts around this topic before we close out the room?
I want to share really quickly. There's one of my favorite songs that keeps popping up, and so I'm just going to share it with everybody here. I am a deep Nina Simone fan.
Yes.
And one of her
hold up. Before you said that, the way you just said that, and because your voice is so melodious, I thought that was the thing. I was going to repeat it. I am a deep Nina Simone fan. I thought that was. I'm sorry.
That's really funny, right?
Just.
That's funny. It is what it is. That's what we just be honest.
Right.
She's got a song that I think is important around this fear of missing out, or faking it to make it, or imagination station. And it's a song called "I Wish I Knew How It Would Feel to Be Free." And so for me, when I think about that song, I just kind of caught it again, like somebody posted it again, and I see it almost like once a week, and I play it. Just to touch it and feel it and to taste it,
right?
In my own blood, in my own cells, in my own brain. So I kind of think about that for all of us here. That what is it that you really want? What is it that you don't want to miss out on? Do you not want to miss out on quality relationships? Do you not want to miss out on whatever your gift is you come to give to the world?
Right.
If you're not quite sure what it feels like because all you do was trauma. Well, that's how you medicine that you transmute that trauma, so that we can all feel what it feels like to be free. So anyway, that's my last thought for today.
I love it. I think that was a beautiful, beautiful last thought. And OMG, just continuing to shine so much light on this in so many ways. I thank you for that, Alma. And I thank everyone here for the contributions to this topic and to this subject. One quick thing I want to do while I'm wrapping up, we're getting ready to take the morning show group photo. So if you'd like to come up to the stage, I like to allow us to, or get us to huddle in all tight. It's a way for us to huddle in while we're distancing. But if you want to come up to the stage, by all means, would love for you to take this picture with us. I always love after the show, and I'm getting into the habit now of immediately posting a pic from us hanging out at the show and just hanging out, joining together to talk about, just a quick caption about how amazing it was and how much fun we had. And then in addition to that, to all my other peoples on YouTube and Facebook and all the other various places, so that they are able to come over and hang with us every morning. So yes. And even if you aren't on the stage, you'll still be in the pic. All right, here we go. So on 3, all we're doing is opening up our microphones, and everybody's just saying AP Morning Show. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. AP Morning Show.
AP Morning Show.
AP Morning Show.
Yes, yes.
AP Morning Show.
Yes, yes, fam. Woo! I caught you with your mouths open. Oh, man. So good, family. So good. So I really appreciate, as always, we had a great morning this morning. And so I'm excited. Monday morning, going to be looking forward to a great show. Every Sunday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the 5M Fellowship, the 5M Experience. And so I'm looking forward to that. Every Sunday, we're here on Clubhouse, hanging out, not only chopping it up about, just catching up with each other, but also talking about self-care. I played the piano for a bit and be able to serenade you all. And we do some things with meditation and just chop it up for a bit. So by all means, hope that you're able to come through. And if not, I will see you on Monday. Same time, same place, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for all the peeps that are over here on these other platforms. Much love, family. So on that tip, let's all open up our microphones and let's just say one last good morning, one last affirmation to each other as we go about our amazing day today. Much love, family. Much love.
Much love, everyone. Have an amazing day.
Yes, yes.
Good morning. Have a great day.
Yes, yes.
Grand Rising, everybody. Have a good day.
Have a great one.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Have a great day, Aaron.
You too, Sherry. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Yes, yes.